Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
If a question is attempted by almost 80% of the students and if you are not attempting that question, so there has to be something wrong in your strategy. I completed my chartered accountancy in May 2019 with an all India rank 15 at the CA final level. In CAT 2019, I had calls from all the IIMs. I converted IIM Bangalore and Calcutta, and I am currently listed in IIM Lucknow. While doing my chartered accountancy, I was interested in learning more about finance. Also, during my articleship, I learned about the work a consultant does. So I became more and more interested towards these two fields. So I thought that an MBA is the best way in which I could learn about these fields and build my career in it. So I decided to pursue an MBA while doing my chartered accounting. While doing my articleship, in the first year, I joined one of the coaching institutes. The classes were generally on the weekends since my articleship was from Monday to Friday. So I decided to go for a coaching institute which had its classes on the weekends. Articleship timings were generally from 10 to 6. So after reaching home at around 7 o'clock or 7:30, I used to freshen up a bit and I used to prepare for my CAT because my CA exams were a bit far. So I thought on focusing CAT. So on weekdays, I used to spend 2 to 3 hours, and on the weekends, I used to attend the coaching classes and give mocks once a substantial portion of mine was complete. So I was quite mentally strong at that time, and I wanted to just crack the CAT, and that was the ultimate goal. My office supported me with flexible hours. If I completed my work early, so there were chances that I would get leave by half an hour or I would leave early by an hour or so. My CAT preparation and CA preparation did help each other because in CA final you have to read a lot of books. So there are 8 subjects and you do have to read a lot. So my reading speed automatically got better and better as I read my IPCC and my CA final. Also, there were sums of costing and financial accounting. So that helped me develop my logical reasoning as well. So there was a synergy between my CA course and my CAT exam. So it helped me during my CAT preparation. I changed my CAT strategy for the 3 years. Like for CAT 17, I did read all the books which are available in the market. Like there's Arun Sharma for VARC and Quant. Then there are sectionals for DILR. So I was focusing a bit more on my fundamentals and I thought of giving mocks later. So I did score 97.7 percentile in CAT 2017 and had a final admission offer from one of the old IIMs. For these 3 attempts, I did have a few learnings. Like for VARC, uh, what I did was I was reading specifically for the RC, that is the reading comprehension. I used to read the paragraph, then go to the question, and then read the options without thinking. So what I changed in the next years was after reading the para and after reading the question, I used to think about the answer in my own without having a look at the options. The option which was closest to my thinking, I used to mark that. So I managed to score 99.39 percentile in VARC in CAT 2019. For DILR, the main key learning of when I compare CAT 17 and CAT 19 was that in CAT 17, I spent almost 20 minutes in one of the sets, which I felt was very much relevant to me. It was a set on asset allocation, and I thought that I could easily clear it. But I was not getting that answer. Like I could not click the correct strategy, and I ended up with solving 2 questions out of 4 in 20 minutes. In the CAT 19, I set a time limit of 12 minutes that if I'm progressing with the sum in 12 minutes, I'll go for it. Or if I'm not able to get an answer, I'll move to the next question. So that if there are other easy sets in the question paper, I could attempt that first and then go to the difficult ones later. I managed to score 98.03 percentile in DILR in CAT 19. For quantitative aptitude, my main focus was to clear all the fundamentals. I focused a lot on the fundamentals. I used to practice a lot specifically for my mathematics. I used to give a sectionals. I had a sectional percentile of 99.08 percentile in quantitative aptitude in CAT 90. I appeared for around 30 mocks this season. So the main reason of attempting mocks was to experiment in each and every mock and devise a strategy which best suited me. So to maintain a balance between the accuracy and the number of attempts, what I did was for specifically for quantitative aptitude, I used to go through 3 rounds for the section. Like in round 1, I used to click on a question. If that question was such that I could solve that in a minute or so, I used to attempt that, and if not, then I would have gone to the other question. By doing that, I could attempt all the easy questions first, which had a positive impact on my morale as well. So when you're solving questions quickly and when you have a mindset that you need to pick the easy question and solve easily, so what it does is that it puts you in a frame of mind where you can solve the questions pretty fast. So that helped me to achieve a greater number of attempts as well as with a good accuracy, because I was initially focusing on the easy questions and later on I moved to the difficult ones. So that helped me to maintain a balance between my number of attempts and the accuracy. For DILR and VARC, mocks is the best practice which you can get. After for DILR, you can practice a basic question types like there's linear arrangement, there's circular arrangement. There are other charts and all games and fixtures. So after practicing the basic questions, what you can do is you can start attempting the mocks. So that is the best practice which you can get. If you give mocks regularly, what it does is you can improve your time management skill as well. And for quantitative aptitude, after clearing your basic fundamentals, it is the best time to start giving mocks. So I feel that as soon as the schedules for the mock tests are announced, you should start giving mocks. So when selecting a mock, the first thing which I would see in a mock series is that its closeness to the actual CAT exam. So there are some institutes which do have their mocks exam in a similar pattern in which the CAT is conducted. So giving such mocks increases your confidence during CAT exam as well. So for analyzing the mocks, I feel the best way is that there are a lot of analysis post mocks. Like there are the institutes which which design the mocks. They have a set of parameters, like if there are certain topics and your number of attempts and the correct answers which you give can be analyzed through such data. So if you see that if you are not able to attempt say algorithm questions or logarithm questions or say geometry questions, so after analyzing those figures you can work upon those areas. So if you are weak in that area, it will help you to like improve in that area. Secondly, since a lot of test takers do give CAT mocks, so when you look at it, if a question is attempted by almost 80% of the students and if you are not attempting that question, so there has to be something wrong in your strategy. Like you need to modify your strategy so that you include such questions as well, because if you are missing out on sitters, even 3 to 4 marks in a CAT exam can create a lot of difference and it can make or break a call. Like if you fall below a threshold, there will be no calls. Identifying those small mistakes, identifying if you are missing out, identifying your weak areas, your strong areas which you can perform in a less time, then there is a statistic of marks to time ratio. So if you analyze that ratio, if you take a minute and solve that question, and if you have a great marks to time ratio, you could take that questions first. Like if those are the questions which can give you the most marks during your mocks. So analyzing those mocks in this manner can help you in that.
Hi guys, Inside IM has come up with an exciting new one-on-one mentorship product where you get to interact with superstar managers from different businesses, different functions. You can ask them everything around your career, your education, your future success. If you are interested, the link is in the description below. Thanks.